Hello. Um, Before I share about my country, I will introduce myself to you. My name is Annija, and I am a foreign exchange student from Latvia. It's a country in Eastern Europe. I was selected as Flex finalist for to come and live in the US and attend American high school. So these are people, only like 30 students who was able to come to the US this year. Okay, next slide. Not only European and Asian in Eurasia, no. Okay, not only people come to the US, but also you have opportunity to go and expand your horizons. So, for example, yes, abroad, you are able to study in Middle East, Africa, Asia, or Europe, and it's fully funded. So I would encourage you to apply. Latvia is located and situated in Northern Europe. It's a Baltic Sea here, and like Spain, France, Germany, Poland. And the capital city is Riga, and it's the largest city of Latvia. Population is nearly 2 million people, and our national currency is euro. But before that, Latvian lats. I have a euros if you want. I will, like, you can, like, yeah. And I have coins for that. Yeah. Okay, next slide. We are Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. And Latvia borders Estonia, Lithuania, Russia, Belarus, and Sweden to the west. Our ethnicity is 60% Latvians and 25% Russians, but still 1/3 of the population speak Russian as the first of our main language. We have 4 traditional cultural regions in Latvia. Each has had a different historical background. Each has its own distinct traditions of farming, local dishes, and customs. There are dialects as well. So I live in Latgalia, and we have Latgalian dialect, and I can speak Latgalian too. Next slide. Latvia, the name comes from the ancient Latgalians that I mentioned before, and in my native language, it's pronounced Latvia in Spanish and French. One of the oldest languages in Europe, Latvian belongs to the Baltic branch of the Indo-European language family, one of the 2 remaining Baltic languages. And the Latvian alphabet consists of 33 letters, and 22 of them are unmodified letters of the Latin alphabet. However, we don't have Q, W, Y, and X. Try. Okay. Okay. So our flag is one of the oldest flags in the world and based on a legend from the 13th century. the Latvian coat of arms and the national anthem is Dievs svētī Latviju. That's God bless Latvia. And sometimes this flag is misunderstood by Austrian flag that is kind of the same, but they have lighter red, like American red. Okay, next. There's no pictures.
Go back to the other PowerPoint.
Yeah.
In the top, it's in the left. Yeah.
That one looks like it's loaded.
Yeah.
Scroll down,
Yeah. So this is the flag.
There you go.
The head of state is President Egils Levits. Next. After that, we have Prime Minister, and he's the head of the government called Saima, that is made up of 100 members who are elected for a term of 4 years. A brief timeline of history. So prior to the 19th century, we had occupied multiple times, and we had occupied for 700 years. But in 19th century, Latvian intelligence started to fight for our justice and country and education. So we gained our independence on November 18, 1980, and today actually is Latvians' 103rd birthday. Yeah. But not all countries wanted to recognize our independence, so we were in a war. And November 11th, here is Veterans Day. However, in Latvia, it's Memorial Day for soldiers who fought for the independence. We made our government and we made our own currency. We were involved in both world wars, World War I and II, and again, we were occupied for 50 years. So, but in the 90s, again, people wanted to gain sovereignty. Yeah. And there were non-violent political event called Baltic Way. We restored our independence in 1991. Latvia joins the European Union and NATO, and we changed our currency to euros. Yeah. Now, I will show you national anthem of Latvia.
it's ready.
I have chilies.
The capital city of Latvia is Riga, and it's the biggest city. Approximately 1/3 of Latvians inhabitants live in Riga. 40% of the buildings in the historic center are Art Nouveau, the biggest collection of the style in the world. Next. Try.
I wonder if you it's fairly large. If you actually just leave it in that mode, maybe like can most of you see it in that mode?
Yeah.
All right. The National Library, the Castle of Light, is one of the Riga's modern landmarks. And actually, it is a metaphor for lost wisdom that can be reclaimed after the people overcome the symbolic darkness of war, occupation, or invasion. Another symbol is the Freedom Monument. It survived wars and Soviet occupations, built entirely from public donations and unveiled on November 18, 1935. I was born in Rezekne, and I live in Rezekne, so it's over here. It's the largest city, it's the seventh largest city, and it is the heart of Latgale. Built on 7 hills, is situated 150 miles east of Riga and 39 miles west of the Latvian-Russian border. These are pictures of Rezekne. This is a concert hall and embassy of Latgale called Gors. Public transportation is widely used. Churches like that, streets, hockey hall, my school, gymnasium. Okay, here we, yeah.
It'll go much more smoothly. It's my room.
Okay. Although a big portion of Latvians live in urban areas, many people still choose to live in rural Latvia, and they are engaged in agriculture and cattle breeding. Grain is Latvia's main agricultural export, and grain and dairy farming from the bulk of Latvia's agricultural production. My grandma keeps livestock, but only for her family and just to provide us food. And yeah, this is chicken. Her chicken. Culture. Dubbed our White House, Riga Opera House was built in 1887 and is an important part of our cultural identity. I don't know. Okay, let's keep.
Yeah, I think you might have to keep it in that view and then just, yeah. But it's okay, we're kind of a small room, so I think we can probably see it okay.
Latvia is well known for Song and Dance Festival that gathers thousands of singers and dancers, as you saw in video. Celebrated also in many countries all across the world and in the US as well, due to immigration in World War. A big deal. I participated in Song and Dance Festival in 2015, but I danced. Okay, there's a video. This.
This is a story about ordinary people brought together by an extraordinary tradition. Singing in Latvia carries an emotional imperative. It's part of everyday life. The choral tradition goes back centuries and was vital in developing a national identity. During tough times, songs about the sun or the wind carried a message of freedom and hope. Nowhere else can these layers of history and emotion be heard as powerfully as here at the Latvian nationwide song and dance celebration. A collection of thousands of folk songs, the dainas, passed down through generations, are the foundation of this phenomenon, this movement, this celebration, which brings together people from all walks of life. UNESCO has recognized the nationwide song and dance celebration as a masterpiece of the heritage of humanity. With roots in the past and eyes to the future, our voices reaffirm a love for our nation, our freedom, and our traditions. And so we come together to sing and to dance, time and time again.
And it takes part every 5 years. The most popular Latvian band is Brainstorm, also indie rock band Carnival Youth. In that video, you could hear Latvian folk songs, dainas. A zither-like stringed instrument, prowess in playing it relies equally on the skill in suppressing unused strings as well as strumming and picking the ones that make the sound. Kuokla is traditional Latvian music instrument. The lielvārde sash, part of women's folk dress, and also I'm wearing the lielvārde sash, is a design element and even appears in our passports. Latvian swastika. So we are paganic in nature. Latvians are proud of their ancient signs that are connected to its mythology. Mittens, the most vivid expressions of our aesthetic sense, creativity, and craftsmanship. An ancient version of women's business cards. And still, in these days, our grandmas like to knit for their grandkids socks, and yeah. So you can pass and just check. The first Christmas tree. Riga is home of the Christmas tree, first decorated in 5010. Latvia's most important national holiday is summer solstice festival called Jāņi, celebrated in the night from June 23rd to June 24th. And we like to jump over bonfire and we make flower crowns. Okay, yeah. Cuisine. Latvians do not need organic food shops because almost every family from time to time still forage for natural foods in the forests, fields, and our gardens. Latvian cuisine is dominated by farm products. These are not all Latvian traditional foods, but it's really, really common in Eastern Europe, like kebab. I don't know if you know, potato pancakes, gray peas, sprouts, and yeah. Riga black balsam is really, really popular. Education. General education in Latvia is compulsory and free for children between ages 5 and 18. In total, it lasts 12 years. We have 3 years of high school. Adult literacy rate was 99. So almost everybody knows how to read and write. So driving age for cars is 16 with supervisor, unrestricted license available at 18. So we don't drive to school. Public transportation is widely used. Lessons are 14 minutes long with a passing break of 10, 50, 20 minutes. It depends, and the lunch has its own passing break for 30 minutes. The menu is homemade food like soups, pancakes, salads, but no junk food. School starts every year in the same time, September 1st, and ends at 31st of May. Mandatory foreign language is English. that is since we start schooling. And second foreign language that you can choose, either Russian, German, French, is starting 6th grade. Much attention towards the discipline. No hats, sunglasses, no food, earbuds. You have to be really polite, and if you want to go to restroom, you have to like
Ask for
yeah.
permission.
Grading
So
system.
basically exactly like here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
long castle.
And grading system consists of 1 to 10 scale, where 10 is the best, and also percent. We have to pass centralized exams. So this is homemade food for school. Band classes look like this. It's boring. I like American classes better because of environment decorations. We mainly traditional yeah. And this is music school of Rezekne, where I studied for 8 years parallelly. So after my secondary school classes, I used to drive by bus to music school. Traditional folk dance club, and this is my class. We stay with the same classmates all 12 years, and we don't have classes with freshman, senior. We don't have mixed classes. So I know them since grade 1. Sports. Latvians excel in winter sports, and most popular are ice hockey, basketball, volleyball, football, that is soccer for you. Yeah. There are currently 5 Latvians playing in the NBA and NHL. Mairis Briedis became Latvia's first ever world boxing champion, and the most famous Latvian NBA star is Kristaps Porzingis. Does anybody know? Yeah, you can. Oh, I forgot. This is a book. It's a poem, but you could see Latvian writing. Yeah, Maris Briedis, Kristaps Porzingis, Elvis Merzlikins. The popular sport is floorball. It's a type of field hockey with 5 players and a goalkeeper. Bobsleigh, and we are really, really passionate about hockey. So in May, everybody would watch hockey tournament at home. Everybody would be watching TV.
Like
Next.
back in March with basketball.
Yeah. Next slide. We have 4 national parks and many nature territories that are protected. Forests cover 48% of the country. Instead of central heating, most houses in Latvia are heated by burning firewood. So I live in my own house, and we used to chop wood and then bring to like room and put, and the house would be heated. Next slide. Venta waterfall is the widest natural waterfall in Europe. The great cleanup. Every year, thousands of volunteers gather to clean up their neighborhoods, collect trash, and plant trees. It's really popular. Plants with healing properties are gathered every year. So if you are sick in winter, we could make hot tea. In early spring, we collect birch tree sap to make a refreshing drink. At the end of the summer, the national sport is mushroom foraging. And sweet jam, marinated and salted mushrooms, cucumbers, and all kinds of pickled vegetable salads are stored away for the winter. So, interesting facts. Legal drinking age in Latvia and mostly in Europe is 18 years. Healthcare system is free for kids. Taxes in stores are included in the price already, so we know how much we will pay for the food. Popular car brands: Audi, Mercedes, BMW, and we have mostly manual transmissions. On Easter, we naturally dye eggs with onion skins. And another fact is Latvia has one of the fastest internet speeds. So we have 30.8 and US is 11. But I don't know. And Latvian women are the tallest in the world. And we don't celebrate Halloween or Thanksgiving or St. Patrick's Day.
Is this your first Thanksgiving?
Yes. And some interesting facts. Latvian-born American tailor Jacob Davis emigrated to the US and initially made clothes for the local railway and construction workers. Seeking a solution to make trousers more durable, Davis started to experiment. Davis was the first to come up with a simple way to solve ripping of jeans in the most critical spots like pocket corners by reinforcing them with copper rivets. Next. Pringles. Pringles crisps is a world-famous product that stands out not only with its unique packing design, but also the method of preparation, the author of which is Aleksandrs Leons Liepa, who was born in Latvia. Aleksandrs Laime is the first person to walk to the world's largest waterfall, the Angel Falls, that is in South America. He reached the waterfall in 1955 by feet, by going through the jungle of Venezuela. Agronomist Visvaldis Zanis has patented Italian mozzarella cheese making machine, which forms the cheese into the shape that we are used to today. Yeah. Do you know Crocodile Dundee? So the famous Crocodile Dundee is, in real life, was a Latvian man named Arvids Blumentals, also known as Crocodile Harry. Arvids was born in 1925 in the small city, and he moved to Queensland, Australia, and became Australia's explorer and crocodile hunter, whose estimated number of crocodiles hunted throughout his lifetime exceeds 40,000. Blumentals is regarded as the prototype of the main character in the world-famous film, Crocodile Dundee, and at least 30 documentaries and stories have been filmed. When you ask a person to jump, his attention is mostly directed toward the act of jumping, and the mask falls so that the real person appears, said the photographer Philip Haussmann, who was born in Riga and became known for his photo portraits. Haussmann's favorite method was to make the person jump. Next.
If I can make any help pass, I will. If you have a class you really need to go right away, you can go.
Mark Rothko. Do you know about him? Okay. He's really popular painter in the 20th century. Next. This is about my life a little bit. So we have sauna house. This is about the church. I'm Catholic, and my family 6 years ago hosted exchange student from Germany. Yeah.
Is like being Catholic like a popular thing?
Yes. So Latgalia, the religion is Catholicism, and in the other side it's Lutheranism. Yeah. So, long story short, and we had puppies, and this is my house. We have sauna house that I mentioned. I play floorball. I have a sister named Rebecca. And yeah. And yeah, I didn't mention that the popular Latvian cuisine is rye bread, and I have made rye bread 2 versions. So this is garlic butter. You can put out, and this is rye bread dipped in honey.
That sounds so good.
Oh, and this is Latvian traditional folk dance shoes. Leather. Yeah.
Are those the ones you wore when you danced?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to come.
Can we tell our speaker thank you so much?
Thank you so much.
And if you're grabbing a piece of bread, you might, if you have any questions for her, you can ask her those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did so good.
Okay.
Annija, how old is Rebecca?
She's 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is she back in Latvia?
Yeah.
Oh, what does she do?
She studies